Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another live stream here live from Bali from Limitless Crypto here. My name is Lorenzo Crowd. I'm here, your host. Today, as always, making sure you are completely updated about what's currently happening, what's going on in the cryptocurrency markets, and most importantly, how we as a community, as a team, can benefit from it. It's a duty, it's my absolute pleasure here to update you. We have a lot of information here. Should we buy the dip right now? That's the question here. Does enough blood has been shedded here? Is this over? Can we continue to come up here? And this is the moment to start buying and start going bullish again here. Okay, we're going to talk about everything here. We're going to talk about a couple important factors here right now. We're going to go over the news. Also, in regards to the traditional market, this is very, very important for today's session. The dollar has some key factors here as the Bitcoin price is now breaking through that initial resistance as well here. We were talking yesterday about shorts. I'll explain exactly why we might be invalidated and why this could be continuing a little bit further to the upside right now here. But once again, make sure you smash up that like button. And if you're new, subscribe to this new channel because you are one of the first guys right now. And we know we're going to blow this shit up here. So you are one of the first. Remember that. Thank you for the support, and let's get the chat a little bit more active here. Looking forward to see you right now here. Let me make sure that the chat is all sorted. There we go. That should be good right there. Absolutely fantastic. Let me see what we have in the chat right now before we continue. As always, the support is real. Thomas is back. Absolutely incredible. What's happening, Thomas, my man? Hope you're doing well. MBD skateboarding. Yes, sir. Cowboy says, I'm pumped. Pavel says, let's go. Marcy says, my coffee is ready. I'm ready. Let's go. Derek says, hey, Lorenzo. What's happening, Derek? Maria Gonzalez says, hello, everyone. Absolutely. Olive says, let's go. Jamie says, let's get it. Oh, yeah. Okay. Billy Joy says, what's up? Skinny says, good morning. Buy the dip is safer. Bull run, hold, DCA, leverage. Would like to see more how today's close. Very sharp, my friend. We're going to talk about all of that here in a second here, okay? Absolutely fantastic here. Before we continue, of course, let's do another shout out to the myth, the legend, the Terminator Tim. We call him, actually, his name is Trader Tim. We call him Terminator Tim because he had been absolutely crushing the signals at the beginning of this year right now. Yesterday, another massive win. Absolutely incredible to see here, Tim. Look at that. Whew. People long, 227%. People was one of the only charts that came down significantly, started pumping as one of the first when we came up here. We see Cowboy 11% on Power, USDT 220%. Wow. Incredible on that particular trade here. Incredible, guys. Incredible. Keep it up. Keep it up with the wins as well. The trade journal is absolutely looking fantastic. So if you're interested in joining, this is the moment. Join by clicking on the link here right in the description. You go to our channel right here. You click on bit.ly. It says BitCat. You sign up for a BitCat account. Make sure you do, because with that, you can get access to our Signal group and you can use that money that you deposit right there that you need, at least $100. You can then start following his signals and make some money with us on a day-to-day basis here. So you have my setups, you have my journey, you have Tim's journey. That should be a really, really solid foundation. And especially if you're new and here to learn at the same time here. Okay, so a couple important things that we discussed here. But first, I want to go into the traditional market because this is absolutely crucial for now. This is definitely something that I am interested in right here, okay? This news is important for the dollar in this case, okay? We have seen the ADP non-farm employment coming out here at 164K, which is much higher than expected. The initial jobless claims came also out lower than expected, and the S&P Global Services PMI came out lower than expected. Yet, what happened was, after that, they started pushing the dollar down, okay? The dollar got clearly rejected here at the highs, okay? And why is this important? I'm going to tell you this in a second here, but it has something to do with also the Tether dominance and everything that is absolutely key for us to understand. So sometimes we have to implement a little bit of macro to understand the crypto bubble as well a little bit better, okay? So what happened exactly? Well, Bitcoin was ranging all day. Again, pretty much all day long. We didn't see any volatility here. The United States right now is waking up, and for that particular reason now, the volume is starting to come back. Compare that with important news, and there we go. We have a current breakout happening above the 43,550 right now. at this particular moment. We might be shooting up here. Again, we have to wait for one more confirmation. That's it. One more confirmation that will happen this stream. And then we know exactly what to do here. But also, it's important that you guys follow. If you are following here, the Discord. If you're not in our Discord, then I highly recommend you to join it, because everything that I discuss on the stream of yesterday, I'll make sure that you are updated at least the day after as well in regards to what's currently happening. What's the process like? What would invalidate our orders? What would, particularly help us, benefit us, and what could potentially happen next? The day after, it's always important to have a strict overview also before the stream. So therefore, we took a little AVX trade, we took a TP hit, and then stop loss on break even and price pulled back to the upside here. So overall, risk management is absolutely key, obviously. But again, there was a nice little AVX short here. So what did we talk about here? Well, number one, we know that if the Bitcoin price goes up, okay, then something has to come down. That's usually in every market the case. If something goes up, something comes down. If there is money in an ecosystem, then money goes from somewhere to somewhere in order for price to move around here, okay? That's what we're looking for. So if Bitcoin goes up, what tends to happen is that the Tether dominance come down. And this is what I said here in that update video. That's why it's so important to watch it here. Let's listen to it really, really quickly. Couple seconds, very, very important. Just a quick overview, okay? Closing now. Multiple candles above the crucial area of support that we talked about yesterday. Okay, the 5.73%, we are still, as you can see right now, above it. So as long as we stay above it, we will most likely, come down a little bit more. If we start breaking down and we close below it, that could already be a bullish indicator, and that could invalidate the short setups we're currently looking for. Okay, so the USDT dominance is absolutely key. If we see that closing below here, you might have a reversal play. All right, so the Tether dominance is key. Just a simple horizontal line on the 5.73. Simple horizontal line. That's the only thing that we're looking for here for the Tether dominance. And what happened after the news came out as well, and the dollar got pushed down here, Tether dominance came down with it, okay? So for that particular reason, we finally saw that break. If you look here on the daily, this was that break of that previous support. So we were holding up here for a long period of time, but we were not able to break through to truly commit here. So at the same time, we're not interested in looking for long setups yet, because if we do break through and hold support and we start shooting up here, then you get stopped out immediately on your longs. Yet now that we are breaking down here and we closing this candle in like 30 minutes on the 4-hour, super key, then most likely we're going to see at least some sort of continuation, at least further to the downside here. So for that reason right now, I actually lean towards more upside right here based upon the Tether dominance confirmation, which is an absolute key indicator for us that's not lagging, that can give us direct real-time information to know exactly if it makes sense to start looking for particular entries the other way, and if our current bias that we had before is invalidated or not. Okay, so therefore Tether dominance is coming down right now. Bitcoin is coming up here. What's important to mention though is that the Bitcoin dominance is also shooting up at this particular moment. So we turned this one in, in resistance initially. We came above it, and as you can see here already, let's zoom in a little bit more. We came down, we came up, we retested it as support on the point of control, which is the overall bigger range that you can see right here. It's the area where the most volume has been traded. This is where the most confluences were around it. And if you can turn that and flip that into support, then the Bitcoin dominance might be shooting up right now and continuing to shoot up right now as well. What does it mean? Well, that means that altcoins are coming up, yes. However, Bitcoin is definitely leading here. And you can see clearly already that if you look at the Bitcoin expansion, it is much more intensive and aggressive than the altcoins right now at this particular moment. Yes, altcoins are breaking out. And if you see a closure above here, we most likely can lead into continuation right there, okay? So overall, serious risk management, perfect. You know what to do. It's important in these type of situations to take profits right here, okay? And it's important to understand that, especially when it's so news driven, when the market is only focusing on the news, and Bitcoin ETF might get rejected. Boom, 10% dump. I mean, we all know what the big reason was. However, right now they can just literally pump out, oh, the SEC and Grayscale are in conversation with BlackRock right now to reconsider starting or speeding up the process of the ETF, or whatever the case may be, and you start pumping immediately. So literally at this particular moment, in the markets. Obviously, you know, without news or with the news included here, anything can literally happen at any given moment. The only thing that we have to do is just stick to our rules, stick to our data, and focus on these type of confirmations for us to move further here, okay? So right now, Bitcoin is absolutely mooning. What's going to happen in a second here is the following, okay? And this is where the magic is going to happen for us today. We're going to see the Bitcoin dominance reaching a certain level of resistance right here, okay? We have one sitting around the 52.83%. We have another one coming very, very close at the 52.74% right now. So we have to go to the lower time frame a little bit more to see what can happen here, okay? And if we can hold above it, because if you're getting rejected here and the Tether dominance is still weak, which we now are probably going to see here, I do not think that we're going to shoot up in the next 30 minutes. I think we're going to close below this in a crucial zone here, okay? That means that altcoins can take over, and that means that altcoins can start pumping, you know, significantly, because the Bitcoin dominance will be in resistance and most likely can get rejected at any of these levels right now. And that means that money goes from Bitcoin back into the altcoins right away. While the Tether dominance is dumping, that means that nobody is buying Tether. People are actually selling their Tether to buy crypto, okay? However, at this particular moment, they were buying Bitcoin first. Now crypto comes later, right? These altcoins are coming up and following up here. So that's interesting in the first place, okay? Something else real quick here, because we got so many questions about the ETF and about BlackRock and about, you know, the current situation here. So if you literally just type in, you know, BlackRock assets under management, okay? So let's just type that in and see what we have here. Look what it says here, okay? BlackRock manages over 8.5 or 8.6 trillion dollars, okay? Do take that in consideration. 8.6 trillion dollars. That is, you know, what, a 5 or 6x from the overall cryptocurrency market right now. That's what they're doing at this particular moment. So BlackRock, you know, the spot ETF we're talking about here, this is gets interesting. So if you believe in the thought that the ETF might get rejected or whatever, trust me, this is a play. This is just necessary in order to get the price down. This is going to happen a couple more times before the ETF actually get approved here. We're going to be bullish, we're going to be bearish, we're going to be bullish. If you're going to follow the news, you're going to be always one step behind here. So the technical confirmations that we can look for are key in order for us to, as traders, still benefit from. So obviously, long term, we're still extremely bullish on the overall market, okay? Now, the CEO of BlackRock, of course, is Larry Fink, okay? That's this guy right here. And this guy talks about crypto, you know, very positively at the moment. But let's just simply look at this video real quick. Let's enjoy this moment here for a second here, because this is how we started, okay, in 2018. Let's see how it goes.
Most of these cryptocurrencies, it just identifies how much money laundering there is being done in the world.
Is it true that you're building out a cryptocurrency capability?
No.
Don't your clients want crypto exposure?
No, I don't believe any client has sought out crypto exposure.
Really?
Yes. I'm encouraged by how many people are focusing on it. I'm encouraged about the narrative, but I don't believe we should think about crypto as a substitute of currency. But I am fascinated by it as an asset class.
Specifically on Bitcoin, we're a believer in digitization of products. And we do believe it could revolutionize finance. It's digitizing gold in many ways as a hedge against inflation, a hedge against the devaluation of your currency. Bitcoin is an international asset. And so it can represent an asset that people can play as an alternative. The foundation of BlackRock is about hope.
Think about most of these
The foundation of BlackRock is about hope here. The older he gets, the more positive he gets about the markets here. So trust me, if he starts speaking, you know, extremely bullish about the future, Bitcoin is the future of digital gold here, okay? Do take in consideration here that you know, Larry Fink right now, you know, doesn't want to, you know, destroy his reputation here. So a rejection when you're managing, you know, roughly $8 trillion or $8.6 trillion here. I mean, it seems highly unlikely. The question is when. It's not if, it's when will this happen? And if so, you know, how can we benefit from it? But of course, this is so hard to predict, you know, the exact dates, because they can do literally whatever they want. They can manipulate the markets into whatever way they want at any given day. So wait for this type of confirmation that we're looking for right now. That's 20 more minutes left for a closure. on the 4 hour. That's absolutely key. Then we might see a little pullback, but if the next candle opens up and we come up bullish and we flip this candle bearish, we can guarantee that we're already started coming down, continuing back towards this range right here. Then Bitcoin obviously will start retesting, this zone at around 44,800. And then of course, our opportunities will lead in towards the altcoins right away to start looking for longs instead of shorts right now at this particular moment. Okay, we can already start talking about our next invalidation. And I think this is the way we should approach the market. We should always think, what would invalidate my bias? Okay, so we can be short and we can be bearish at some point in the market. We all know it's extremely volatile right now. So there is no need to start trying to be sure about a certain outcome. We say, okay, this is what I'm looking for now. And if this happens, I change my mind. My setups are invalidated and I'm going to look for the other side of the spectrum here. Okay, so that's that for Bitcoin right now. Make sure you keep following up these updates. It's really important because at any given moment you at least know what my vision is also from the streams and so on here. This was easy work. Okay, that consolidation range, easy money. As traders, easy work. Now we're having to deal with a lot of news. Now we have to deal with a lot of instability in volatility, in volume. At some point there is a lot of volume here, and then the other time it just literally tends to die out, for example. So if you go to the Bitcoin chart here on Coinbase, okay, and we just literally type in volume, okay, then we see a tremendous amount of volume. It starts to die out, and there we go. It's starting to curve up again right now. So this is where the opportunities lays. We're looking for volatility. All right, volatility equals opportunity. That's what we're looking for. Opportunities. Okay, so that's going to be a nice introduction here. Let's see how Ethereum is doing. I'm also curious to see if Ethereum is catching up here by looking at total 2. Total 1 is absolutely going the furthest. Obviously right now we know why. Bitcoin is catching up here. Altcoins 2.73%, total 3 is coming up as well here. So Bitcoin is definitely leading at this particular moment as of right now. Okay, Ethereum, you know what? I'm going to look at the Ethereum dominance. I think that's more important right here. The Ethereum dominance is, okay, it's decent here. But Solana is taking the lead here, okay? So after that confirmation, we might see a Solana play here if we start breaking above the 2.73% dominance, okay? When taking this to the Solana chart, then, for further confirmation, further reference right now, we might be flipping this also into support right here. So again, we're seeing now this zone here on the 15-minute. All right, we have this particular level. We could turn the value area low in support. Okay, why? Because it acted as resistance here. So we flip it, we break it, and we turn it into support to continue the process right now. Anything below here might be, again, an invalidation. But keep in mind that the Tether dominance has been coming down aggressively. And if it comes up again, it's going to have a very hard time with pushing back above this level. So I do believe that we need to stabilize more. And weaker Tether dominance means just simply a more bullish spectrum for the cryptocurrency market right now. Okay, AVAX, that was our trade. We came down, we broke out. TP1, stop loss on break even for the rest. Now we're pushing up here. Same scenario, we broke above this resistance. If we close above this resistance here, we might be turning it into support. Okay, same scenario. So this could also be a next layer here. So Solana is 1, AVAX is 2. Okay, key level here, just to clarify one more time, is this level. Okay, we had support here, we had support, we turned it, we consolidated, and we expanded. Okay, and now we could flip this right here into support as well. So if we flip this into support, then we might be seeing opportunity. We can also take this to the lower time frame and to look at where do we put our stop loss then? Well, that could then also be, right under this area of the month here. So let's say you come down and you start retesting this thing and you start pushing up, then you have the best possible opportunities. We're always going to wait price to come to our entries. We're not going to rush into a trade at the middle. Okay. At the same time, though, what we can look for here is the following confirmation from the Bitcoin dominance once again. Okay, I think that is absolutely important. So let's do that. Okay, there we go. That's all I was waiting for. That's exactly what I wanted to see here. I wanted to see a rejection. Okay, Bitcoin dominance getting rejected. Dollar dominance, coming down as well means that now it's time for the altcoins to follow up with this momentum right here. Okay, make sure if you're new here to smash up that like button here. We have around 39 likes here. Thank you so much for your support here. 63 watching. We are a new channel and you are one of the first to join us on a day-to-day basis. Like I said before, I'm going to be here for you 5 days a week. Make sure that I keep you updated as well. And of course, in Discord, we're always there talking about crypto all day long. Okay, fantastic. Thank you very, very much. Now, simple. Wait around 20 minutes here. And then we have our closure. And then it's all about the confirmation here. The confirmation of the 4 hour is a massive confirmation. And it's definitely a strong range here, okay? Now you can already start thinking about this accumulation range or distribution range, I could better say. Waiting for that pullback. And the moment we're here, that's when we enter long, okay? So the moment we're coming here, that's when we're gonna enter long, AVAX long. That most likely be a pullback, followed by continuation. Solana, depending on where we are, of course, and if it makes sense here. We had a couple other ones as well to look at. We had Link. Link is, okay. Link might be following up a little bit later. We are above the point of control right now, so that's overall good here. Another one was Matic. Okay, Matic right now is actually quite interesting. And the reason why is if you look here on the 4 hour chart, then you have this one massive range here, okay? So let's highlight this big range. And look at what we're seeing here. This is that complete range. We're talking about the range from the beginning of November all the way till now here. And that's what I said before. Matic right now is the one of the only ones that was already coming down, but was holding above the point of control on that bigger range right here. So for that particular reason, okay, you can see that this is the reason why we're bouncing off here. The magic touch, the point of control, which we tend to use a lot here also. Now, when going to the 30-minute, why do I like this one so much? Well, look at this, okay? 88.56, that's that last layer of resistance here. And if you start breaking above it, and the market is giving us all these type of confirmations we're looking for, then you can already see that that expansion will be massive. And the reason why is because there is not much happening around that structure right here. So for example, Cardano has something similar. Okay, Solana has a little bit more, structure in between, and so on here. So for that particular reason, Matic, if we break above here, this is actually looking extremely, extremely clean, and most likely could lead into further continuation. So Matic is definitely on my radar right now, especially because that massive sell we already see here, and the fact that we have liquidated now the lows right here. Okay, again, we wanted to see a wick fill. That might still happen. I mean, the only thing that we would look for right now is the confirmation and our risk management. Okay, that's how we make money regardless. Otherwise, what we can do also, or what we could see expecting here, is that once you come up here, for example, with Bitcoin as well, we have to pay very close attention to what's happening around this range. And the reason why is because you have to understand that, the moment, the people that are, let's say, entering from the bottom here, right, and they are now in positions or whatever the case may be, we will come to this level at some point, right, to this range again. So this is obviously a TP point for a lot of individuals right here. This is where a lot of people that are in positions right now will take profit. You can guarantee that this is the static way of choosing your take profits. It's usually right here at resistance. Makes a lot of sense in general after, let's say, a gap fill, whatever the case may be here, okay? At the same time, the people that were here long, right, got absolutely wrecked. The guys that are still in position though, they're waiting for price to push back up. And what they tend to do is to either close their position in a minor loss, which could have been much worse, or they close the position on break even. And if that happens here, you have now people taking profits, plus you have guys getting out of their positions that got trapped with that crash that we saw yesterday, okay? So for that particular reason, it's a super important zone to look at and to be very aware of what's going to happen from here. Because if you're going to get rejected from there and you're still going to come down here, which could happen, okay, then you have to understand that this is, of course, again, an invalidation point for us to start turning tables once again, okay? So if you then look at the Bitcoin dominance to see where we're at, then from there we can then decide, okay, if the Bitcoin dominance comes up and the Bitcoin price gets rejected at that level, then we might see, you know, altcoins getting wrecked again or getting, you know, hit based upon the dominance factor of Bitcoin one more time. So that's an validation. For now, we're not there yet. We have free space here. We have around 12 minutes for the closure. I think we're going to push down a little bit right now, just because, you know, we have to balance out here before the hourly closure. But for now, I think that the 4-hour closure is going to be absolutely key here. And if we start pushing up and getting rejected here, this is where we're going to enter positions. This is when the Tether dominance is in resistance. That's when, you know, many of your altcoins that you're looking at most likely will be in support. And that's where you then enter from. We're looking at the correlations, you know, the Tether dominance being in resistance, you know, your altcoin in support. And of course, you want to see the Bitcoin dominance not coming up too much, because if that's happening, of course, then not much money will flow into the altcoins. It will just flow into Bitcoin. So these are like the 3 factors that we're looking for here. And for that, we can start looking for our entries and looking for the continuation right now here, okay? AVAX, keep a close eye on the 38. I think that's going to be our main setup that I'm currently looking for, due to the fact that this was a very, very clean break. We came above this previous resistance right now that there was support there, and we have still a massive gap to fill as well here. So that's a very, very nice and clean, you know, range. At the same time, you have this beautiful area of consolidation right now, which can also help us in case we can, you know, come down here. Then we still have another option around the point of control to still look for the opportunities here. Okay, so let's talk about risk management a little bit before we go over the altcoin setup that you guys want to see here. Make sure you already put it in the chat. I would highly appreciate that. Okay. In regards to risk management, okay, what you're looking for, let's say, is like a minimum of a 2-to-1, a 3-to-1 on your money, preferably, okay? If higher, better, but it all depends on your trading style and your strategy, of course. However, the reason why I'm saying that is because you can't expect every single trade to play out perfectly, okay? I rarely see guys winning every single trade. The guys that I see win every single trade are extremely picky, and they're not usually day traders. They're usually guys that are, you know, building these bigger swing trade positions at certain moments in time. I see these guys, you know, with extremely high win rates overall here, but that requires a significant amount of patience as well here. When it comes down to day trading, obviously risk management is key. You know, putting your stop loss on break even at the right moment in time, but also getting hit on your stop loss doesn't mean that price will directly reverse, okay? So for example here, let's imagine that we're going to enter right here at the $38, okay? And our stop loss will be, let's say, at 37.5. Let's say we risk 1%. We will come down and we get hit. Okay, fine. We lose 1%. Then we go to the point of control. That's the next layer. Of course, we always confirm if it makes sense based upon the Tether dominance, the Bitcoin dominance, and the sentiment of the market, obviously. But if you then come down and you start bouncing from this zone, you risk 1% once again, and you reach at least a 2-to-1, okay? Now you make money, okay? Doesn't make sense here. You make money and you start being in profits here. Anything above that is just extra profits generated. So sometimes you have to give to take, if that makes sense, okay? So that's what I like to do sometimes. I like to give, you know, a little bit of money sometimes to take more, okay? So that does not mean if your stop loss gets hit, that we're directly just gonna dump down. You know, sometimes it just comes down a little bit more to a level you didn't expect it to come down towards to, but you then don't even have to really guess where exactly it's gonna go to precisely, of course. You try to do your absolute best, but you cannot have it perfect, okay? So, you know, using and utilizing a good solid risk management, you know, strategy, and just managing your risk once you're in a trade accordingly, that should then not be really an issue here, and that should provide you with long-term profitability. Now, the beautiful thing about crypto, and especially the big DSP Forex in crypto, because I'm a Forex trader, okay? I've been trading a lot of Forex lately. I've done hundreds of streams live, trading Forex live with executions. You have seen it, track records, you name it, okay? Bitcoin and crypto, what I like so much about crypto is that it's very easy to get a feel of the sentiment, and it's very easy to understand the confirmations you're looking for when knowing when to look for longs and knowing when to look for shorts. And besides that, you have a significant amount of trading opportunities as well laying around here because you have thousands of them. Okay, it's all about how we filter them. We can talk about in the next couple of streams. Okay, but that's where I want to head towards to. Okay, so long position potentially at 38.166 here for AVAX. Stop loss will be at around 37.5 right now. So entry there, stop loss below, and target obviously at least a 3-1, but it should be around this level. Okay, the reason why is because I do not trust this candle right here. Okay, just to clarify, let me put on the zone right here for AVAX. There we go. Something like that could be a nice trade right here, guys. Pullback continuation. Okay, stopped out, no problem. We're gonna look for the next level, which will be at the following level, the $37. Okay, if we are still bullish and if still the sentiment is exactly the sentiment we're looking for. All right, that should do the job here. In the meantime, it's time to set up right now and look for some setups in the market together to make our list and to structure everything as good as possible, because we have around 7 more minutes for this hourly closure, and I can already guarantee you this is not going to close above here. Okay, so very very important. This is just not going to do it. I can already see it right now. We're not going to close back above, maybe, but I highly doubt it here. So that means a strong closure below on the 4-hour, bearish for the tether dominance, bullish for the cryptocurrency market in the short term. Dollar still rejection mode here as well, which also benefits us slightly. All right, AVAX, top of our list. Okay, number 1. Let me know quickly in the chat here what we have. Okay, let's just keep it at AVAX for now. Levi says Moon River looks good for setups. Anneke says, should we start looking for V-shaped recovery or more downside? What's your take? Go a little bit back into the stream. Olive says AVAX. Yeah, AVAX we just discussed here. AGI. Okay, fantastic. Let's start with Moon River, Levi then. Let's do it. Let's look at Maxi here. Let's go to the 4-hour real quick. Yeah, it's 50%. So yeah, we're facing some serious resistance here. And it is mainly because of this high. This high created a lower low. You can see it right now. We're trying to push and break that high here. So we need to come up much higher for it to continue potentially, which is this level right here, 31.293. That's the level I'm looking for in order for us to break above. Then I can start looking at a pullback. Then I'm interested in the continuation right here. Overall, I like the way the liquidity is built up here. That looks fantastic. I also like the way we came back beautiful towards this zone here on the 3-hour or something like that, 2-hour time frame. We tapped into it perfectly. However, we really need to break above the 31.293 for a pullback, for a continuation, for it to increase our chances here, because we are still looking at a high that created the lowest point internally, and therefore you never want to enter long underneath that resistance right there. So that's Moon River. Okay, Gavin says GMX. Olive says AGI. Let's go to AGI first. All right, we came down below. Okay, obviously came down below. We held support here after the daily closure. Nice zone as well. Nice area of the month here. Strong daily area of the month. Strong daily every month. Why? Daily closure above that demand is strong. Yes, we swiped the lows here, but that daily closure above here, fantastic. Great. Perfect level to close. The next candle came down and swiped bullish or flipped bullish here. That is also very good. So now this is good. This is what you want. Now you have a nice clean range. Now you came down here, and this is exactly what I mean. Okay, when we're just talking about AVAX coming back towards that resistance here. You see that now that, or support, sorry. You see that now that we broke out, that we're now coming down. And if you flip this one bullish, okay, this could be your trade. So what I mean with that? I mean an entry on the flip, stop loss underneath the low, where the candle is. Target, of course, the gap right here, 320 on your money. That's the flip I'm looking for. So consolidation, expansion, now you have that retracement on the 1 hour. And then you flip this candle bullish. If you flip it bullish, you go for an entry. The entry will be roughly around the 0.30 to 30.2. Stop loss will be around 29.6. And then you target, of course, the highs here with a nice TP point right in the center when you reach the 31. Okay, that's your TP point right there. So yeah, AGX looks actually very, very good. The retest is there. The expansion is there. The daily closure above there was also accurately above a clean area of demand or a good level of support on the higher time frame. But these are all solid factors that shows that there is enough demand here. If you now flip bullish and the candle comes up here, this could also be with the next hourly candle, right? So we have a 1 minute closure. That means that the next candle had to come down first, create a bottom wick, and then flips bullish. Then you have that body flip right here where you see that body and that body right here sitting there, okay? And if you can break that, you know exactly where to put your stop loss, and you might be continuing the momentum. And that's just a momentum play setup, right? You enter, you wait for that break, that swipe. There is a massive gap here, and then you can flip bullish and look for that continuation here. Okay, that was AGX. Okay, sorry. Anyways. Okay, it's not AGI. Well, anyways, man, it's a really clean setup. Just so you know, this is definitely something that I would trade here. So let's add this one to the list. I need to read better, man. Okay. AGI. Break. No, it's okay. It's daily. Yeah. Yeah, not enough yet. Not enough momentum yet here. Okay, so the 0.4986 is just not enough momentum at this particular moment, at least. For AGI here, I think that you need to really start closing above here. No, it's just not enough momentum yet, at least. Okay, so yeah, the lower time frame. Yeah, we're just getting rejected on like the 3 minute. This is like a 3 minute setup. Yes, maybe it's even a 1 minute, by the way. This is actually just a yeah, it's just a play. Higher high, lower low, higher high, lower low. Yeah, it's just something like this. And it's like a lower time frame setup here. If you want to play it on the lower time frame, we might be pushing up a little bit. So we have now just closed the 4 hour candle. If you flip here and you come down, then you might be pushing up a little bit. That means that AGI will definitely come down here and continue its momentum to the downside. No doubt in my mind here. So yeah, then the question is from where does it get interesting? Well, that's on the 5 minute here, of course. You know, then you create like that that formation. Something like this, right? Look for the further continuation here. Break, and then coming down towards the lows. It's just not looking strong enough right here. In comparison to AGX, sorry. Okay. Beautiful. Gavin says GMX and Ordi. Okay, let's have a look. That's GMX. Now, Ordi is looking very strong, by the way. We're going to talk about Ordi in a second, but I'm curious to see what happened here. But yeah, major resistance now on the daily time frame. So You want to be careful here, okay? Just in general. I'm not interested in looking for longs here. Yeah, okay, maybe you're gonna push up one more time. But just entering at the daily resistance. I mean, yeah, okay, we might be breaking and coming up a little bit here, but you know, pushing up. Let's just see how we react out of this zone right here, okay? Right now, on the 1 hour, you see that you're setting up for something. You are facing that resistance here. This was that resistance there that flipped into support, that turned into resistance. So you're right now in resistance right now. You know, either something like this, another try to push, or a break, retesting it, and then looking for that continuation here. Maybe you start coming down after that, but for now, GMX right here looks decent, but there are definitely stronger ones out there at this particular moment. Look at Cardano, look at AVAX. That's a key example right now. Okay, and AGI or AGX is actually looking also very, very clean here. So, yeah, it's there are better ones out there for now, at least. Hamza says BTC. Yeah, so BTC right now, same thing, right? So we have to push down a little bit further here to see what's happening. Right now, you're in the middle of a range, so you're in the middle of an expansion. You know, your risk to reward is not going to be good. Because if you want to enter here, then what's going to happen is that, you know, first of all, where are you going to put your stop loss? What's like a safe place to put your stop loss for? Well, you could say above this or below this wick. But most likely you would say below this wick right here, okay? Which is going to be around the 43.375. Then the question is, okay, if that's your stop loss, where's going to be your take profit? Well, that should then be here, or that should be here, right? If you then draw this position, then yeah, you're gonna end up at a negative risk to reward. So for the particular reason, like, you know, the best thing to do is wait for price to pull back to then start looking at a particular entry, because then you don't have a 0.77, but then you could turn it into potentially a 3 to 1, 3.5 to 1 on your money. Right, there's a big difference. So we need some patience for this one here overall, but I do believe that we might be pushing back now a little bit. Okay, now we have the tether dominance closing here, okay, the 4-hour candle. So what you want to see now is that the tether dominance shoots up, and if it does, like it's doing already, then that first rejection is where our entries will be taken. That's just as simply it, okay? That's where your probability is the highest, because the tether dominance closed a 4-hour candle below. As a whole range that it now needs to break above. This could easily result into a lower high, followed by another lower low. That lower high then provides you with the opportunities where you can then start looking for higher lows on your altcoins or on your setups right here. Okay, we could then decide what we're going to trade. Are we going to trade Bitcoin? Or are we going to trade altcoins? That then has to do with the dominance, okay? The dominance factor. So far, the dominance factor is looking weaker. We're in resistance. So altcoins is the way to go, okay? Confirmation is what we're looking for right here. All right, so yeah, I give it literally a couple more minutes for the tether dominance to shoot up more. And then based upon that, we can start seeing which ones are at our point of interest right here. So for example, AGX is interesting if you flip bullish. That's definitely a layer to look at. Okay, another layer could be... Yeah, then we have to come back all the way down towards the range. That's one layer. AVAX is very, very clear, right? Okay, number one level to look at is this right here, turning into support. Super simple. Coming down towards this range right here. And if we tend to break below, we still have the point of control right here. And we're not going to enter, AVAX if the tether dominance is still shooting up. We need to see some sort of curve happening here, okay? So either on the 15-minute, one sort of indecisive candle, or something in that manner, like a doji candle or something like that, where we create something where we, kind of turning, and if you then turn around, that doji could be the indicator as well, looking for a particular candle where you're kind of dying out, where the demand is not there any longer, and the shorters, might be taking over. So that could be then a moment to enter along for AVAX as well. So the question is not where are we going to enter from right now. The question is, where will the Tether dominance start flipping? So if the AVX price is there, fantastic, we enter here. Okay, that's a great level to look at. If the AVX price is lower, we will enter here. Okay, so then we use the Warren profile. And then we have first the value area high of that range at 37.563. Then we enter here, stop loss below. Okay, target still the same. Right, so that could lead into that continuation here. So that's how we set up our watch list right now to find as many of these type of setups here where we broke out already. We now have that confirmation that we are above previous resistance, turning it into support potentially. And then with the Tether dominance confirmation, we know exactly when to execute long positions here, if that makes sense, okay? If you are interested, by the way, and this is an important factor as well, to learn more about how I'm explaining what I'm doing, if you find this a little bit too complicated, I have created a full 3.5 hour course that you will know everything about, what I'm experiencing here in the markets, okay? That will show you, all kinds of information that you can look for right here in order to get a better understanding of the markets right there, okay? Very, very important. Based upon that, you will know exactly what I'm talking about specifically. So you can get access to that course for free. It's worth around $500 right here. You can get access if you sign up with one of our links right here in the chat. Sign up with the link here in the description. Click on the link, sign up BitCat Limitless right now, okay? And then based upon that, let me show you the actual page here, okay? Based upon that here, you can then apply to fill in your UID right here in the VIP, get VIP access. Fill in your UID and we grant you access within a couple hours, okay? That will also give you exclusive access to the signals, all right? The signals that Tim is making here. This is what he's been doing. He's been absolutely on fire and the wins has been absolutely incredible. So you have the live streams from me, the setups that we're looking for, then also Tim's signals. I mean, that's why you have to be in Limitless Crypto. And that's why you need two things here, okay? You need a good trading community, that's number one. And you need some volume, some volatility in the markets, okay? So that's what we're looking for here. Click one more time on this link and you will find exactly what we're looking for here. It takes you literally 5 minutes to sign up and to deposit. All right, fantastic. Let's get back to work here. Tether dominance now is pushing up hard. That's what we want to see. This is a good thing, okay? Absolutely fantastic here. That means the price will push down. You see that? AVX coming up here. Let's put the Tether dominance next to it to just give you a clear understanding of what I exactly mean here. So the 4 hour, we all know that we got rejected previously here at an extremely key level, okay? Now we're waiting for a pullback of that rejection right here. If that's going to happen, then most likely you're going to see, something turning here. If you come down, then we might see something happening like this. If we're here, fantastic. If we are here, fantastic. If we are here, fantastic. Anything above the point of control, which is at 36.973, is fantastic. Okay, that's what we're looking for here. Keep a close eye on the Tether dominance right now. This is what we are going to do right now because this will help us tremendously with our confirmation for our trade right here. Okay, I do really like how AVX has not really a really strong wick to the upside here. This could be simply just an inducement to bring price back down. Keep in mind, the Tether dominance has been closing on the 4 hour time frame. Okay, so this is just opened. We're 10 minutes in a new 4 hour candle. So obviously you need to, induce people. You need to start leading people in the right direction here. So what tends to happen is usually you open bullish and then you flip bearish to lead into bearish continuation, hour 3, 2, 1 until the next closure. Okay. So therefore, when you see this coming up, you can see that the AVX is coming down. I'm not a magician. I just know what the exact levels are we need to look for in order to get a double confirmation. So not going in blind, no, specifically just going and understanding that if the Tether dominance is a resistance and this is support and the sentiment is bullish and Bitcoin broke out, it can hold support as well. You put all these factors together and that gives us the confirmation we need. Combine that with volume, okay? The US market is open right now. The New York Stock Exchange just opened up here. We had some news coming out, which was important for the dollar. So the markets are on fire right now, okay? That's all the right tools in order for us as traders to benefit from it. So the dollar right now is still getting rejected once again, which is usually a good thing for Bitcoin, especially when the Tether dominance is now closing below here. So yes, we're pushing up. The question is though, how far? Okay, how far are we willing to go here? Okay, we're gonna turn this into resistance right now. Let's turn this right here. Let's flip it. And then we know. All right. Anything else? Let me know in the chat here. Love L Knight says, Gala Games here. Thank you so much for TA Straight Fire. Thank you, man. Appreciate you, Thomas. TRB. Let's do TRB. And then we go to Gala. And Dogecoin. Okay. We need a couple more setups here. Matic didn't break out yet. So nothing happening here. Okay. AVEX did. AVEX did. TRB. Okay. All right. So we held above the point of control right now. As of now. Okay. Oh, wait. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back. Give me 1 moment right here. Okay, we're back. There we go. All right, sorry guys. It's so hot here in Bali that my camera gets overheated, and then I need to put the air conditioning on absolutely freezing. And that's the only way to survive here. Okay, so let's get a little bit colder. Let's cool a little bit off. Now TRB is in that area of support right now. Okay, we have this range. We had an expansion after that range significantly. So this was that range we're looking at. We had an expansion, we had a pullback. We had that incredible crazy sell-off right here. We talked about this previously as well here. It was around a 76% sell-off. We then went to the lower time frame and we were looking at the point of control, right? And the point of control is so far holding. Of course, we came down super aggressively, but look what's happening here, okay? This is interesting for TRB here. So this is just simple. You know, I'm not super like a big fan of just like writing down patterns here, but when you see that they're building so much liquidity right here, and you combine that liquidity that's getting built up to the upside right now with a massive gap above here, and then at the same time you're bouncing off from strong daily support, which is also a very clean range that supports the initial run we've seen. So we're all the way back 76% from the highs, back in that range while you're building that liquidity on the 15-minute here. This could turn into a major expansion, a major breakout. So this is definitely something I'm interested in right now. Based upon the lows here, okay, you could see that this is something that we're trying to hold. So we have to take this to the 5-minute. Internal lows are getting taken out, or highs are getting taken out. So that's fantastic. So now you're looking at two questions here. Are you going to wait for the breakout? Or are you going to play the riskier game a little bit more? Which is then coming back towards the lows here as a trader, coming back towards this level, which is at 132.888, and then just bounce from it and hopefully wait for that expansion, that breakout formation right here. Well, back to the Tether dominance indeed. Okay, there we go. Okay, this is not looking strong, guys. This is not looking strong. So this is a good sign here. Okay, this is a good sign here. So this one is right here. Okay, the Bitcoin dominance is coming up a little bit. That's unfortunate. Hopefully we stay below a little bit here. TRB is right now in a zone here. Look at that. That's literally the zone I was waiting for, or I just was looking at right now. Okay, let's see how this plays out live, real time. Buyers coming in here. Buyers stepping in. Buyers are stepping in right now at this particular moment here. 1%. Matter of seconds here. Okay. Tether dominance. Ooh, coming down. Still below. Bitcoin dominance breaking up here. Okay, let's see where we close this 5-minute candle. Let's get back to it in a second here. In the meantime, let's look for... What were we looking for? Gala. Gala for sure, and Dogecoin right here. Okay. Many setups, guys. Thank you so much for sharing that. Appreciate it. The chat gets busier and busier. It's absolute fantastic to see here. Mana, Sand, Gala. Let's start with Gala and go to Dogecoin. Oh yeah, okay. Gala broke down, is now at, yeah, it's still at crucial resistance right here. So let's clean it up. You see it right here on the daily, right? It's super simple. Daily levels here. I never use wicks. I always wait for and look for body closures. I think body closures on the daily are key to draw your levels from. Okay, so if you are, you know, trying to implement horizontal support levels, sometimes I tend to leverage body closures. Has been super effective. Not trying to go for the wicks. The body closures are most, yeah, out of my experience, just key. Okay, so 4 hour. That's what you need to break first. Because you have to reclaim that key level of support here. Resistance right now, okay? So support, resistance. You have to reclaim this first. Then we can start thinking about a continuation possibility here for Gala. On the lower time frame. Okay, now this could easily be a rejection. If you get rejected and the market turns around, then boom, you're gonna come down aggressively right here at that resistance as well. So that could also turn into a short if that's the case. But you know, if you want to look for the bullish continuation, like we said before, we have to reclaim the 2853 first. Okay, that's what we're looking for. So Gala is still waiting. Okay, still in the making here. AVAX is holding up very, very nice though. We're gonna set an alert for AVAX because this is a trade that I would take here on the stream right away. Because the Tether dominance is currently getting rejected. I want AVAX to come down towards that level to turn this area of resistance into support. Stop loss below. And then I'm gonna do something like this here. At first, okay, this one, and then target the highs here. Stop loss can then be a little bit lower, can be roughly around, yeah, let's say below that candle here. So below this particular candle right there. Okay, this zone. Yeah, I'm gonna keep a close eye on this one because this is nice. This is nice. Let AVAX do some magic today. Let's go. Okay. 1. Tether dominance. Obviously, you want to see preferably coming up here, but yeah, if you get rejected on the lower time frame, then it is what it is. Then the Tether dominance is just too weak. Then you have to start thinking about taking a trade, regardless already. This zone right now, right here, is key. So let's see how this one goes here. Okay. So Gala, unfortunately not yet. What was the other one? Mana. I think they're very similar. Yeah, it's similar. Same level to break, get rejected there constantly right now. It's not strong enough yet for that confirmation. But if you see a 4-hour closure above the 47.56, yeah, then you can lead directly in that continuation. So it's gonna be a very good thing if it does and break and close above here, which we haven't seen yet on the 1 hour at all. Okay, so every single time we came above, we closed below. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times so far, 7 times so far. So that's why this might be the final win, final closure here. Let's see. Okay. Dogecoin. Yes, we were looking at Dogecoin right now. Okay, we held here fantastically. That was one on the weekly, of course. 3 daily, we have the zone. We are holding the actually very nice and clean at the zone. We actually have to still get there. That's an interesting one, but we did swipe the lows here. So we tapped into it. The 1 hour. Okay, we claimed a... I want to see 1 hour closure above. It's very similar to Mana, okay? Yet it's looking a little bit stronger. But that closure above here is the confirmation you're looking for. Overall, this was 1. This was 2. So if you flip this bullish, you know where to put your stop loss right below that wick, and then you can look for the continuation. The reason why this is interesting is because, again, this was a massive dump, a massive gap. There's not much price action here, not much happening in between. So when it goes, and it goes faster. So the confirmation is coming along potentially nicely. I think I'm gonna add this one to the list, because if you first of all maybe hold her at this level, you might get into a position already, which is at the 8.283 cents, and then the flipping bullish is what we're looking for. Okay. Yeah, so I'm gonna add this one to the list for sure. Let's do that. Okay. Tether is still pushing. Okay. No confirmation yet. AVAX, our alert is not, or didn't go off yet, so we're still waiting. We're still waiting. Okay. We'll keep a close eye on this zone, by the way. This might be actually very, very nice. 50%, that zone. AVAX is almost there. You know, I actually like it. Might be placing a limit right now. And then a second limit below. In case we get stopped out on this first one. But that's where our risk management comes into play. All right, let's see. We're almost there. Okay. Cyber up 8% in 10 minutes here. You can always use also the crypto bubbles here to see what happened over the last, let's say, 15 minutes or hour. Which one is performing the best? Obviously, in the last 15 minutes we came down because the Tether dominance came up, right? So therefore, you can now already see which ones are still looking good. Kaspa is one of them. Okay, so let's go to Kaspa here to see what's popping there. What is happening here? What is happening here? Let's see. Kaspa on perpetual. Second. Yeah, let's see how this goes here. That's very, very interesting to see. Okay. Kaspar's looking strong, right? You have that resistance there, though. This is that key level of resistance, by the way. So you're almost there already. So, okay, what happened was you closed above it, you flipped. This is exactly what I mean. So the idea here is the following, right? So this is what we're hunting for. This is one layer on the hourly, for example. Okay. What I'm talking about? Well, first of all, yeah, that's it. So you had this hourly closure above previous resistance right here. You see that resistance first? We broke out. We closed 1 hour candle above it. Then the next candle came down first. And after it came down, okay, it flipped and it flipped bullish. Okay. So then on that flip, directly see the momentum, right? The vector, boom, going up. Then you put your stop loss underneath that wick, okay? And now, right here, if you reach this first zone and you break it, you can directly put your stop loss and break even. That's one layer. Okay, if you still come down, up to you. You know, you can get out and break even and look for a better entry or, you know, whatever. But if you close or you come off above it, they have the perfect position. And then obviously we know that we can then target right away. You know, the highs right here, which is that gap right there. So then you have like a nice return on your money using and utilizing the hourly candle flip. Okay. And the hourly candle flip is fantastic. The daily candle flips even work as well. But you have to be using Asia, you know, to be there. Asia timing here. Okay. The hourly candle flips can be extremely, extremely beneficial as well here. Because then you have an exact point where you put your stop loss and entry. And if your target is a nice 3-to-1, then you have a lot of potential there. So that's just one example. For now, yeah, we have to wait now because we're too late for this one. We have to wait for it to reach that zone first, the 10.914, and to see what happens after that. Okay. AVX is there. AVX is right now at that initial zone. Wait for Tether to come in towards the 50%. We're almost there. Super interesting, by the way. Nanda says it's rainy here in Jakarta. Bart Simpson says can't trade TRB on BitCat. Billy Joe says check out how similar Rose and Injective are. Rose and Injective here. Okay. Mana and Sand. Rose and Injective. Let's look at Rose. All right. Okay. Okay, closed above it. This is again what you want. So yeah, you swiped the lows, but you closed at least above it. And the next candle came down and came up here. So that's good. That's strong. That's clean. That's clean. That's bullish. I like this zone as well, the 4 hour, by the way. Very, very nice zone. This is fantastic. So low, internal, higher high, but still a lower low overall. But then this higher low, breaks this high. And that's important because now if you pull back here, you can look for a higher high continuation towards the upside here. So beautiful, man. That's what we want to see here. Higher high, lower low, higher high continuation here. Coming back towards that range. One layer, perfect. Pushing back towards the 13 cents and then see if you can get that confirmation here. That's that daily closure. The daily closure came above. We swiped the lows. We filled up that gap that we see right here. That imbalance that we had left. We came into that zone. We closed the daily above it. The next candle opened bearish, flipped bullish. That's what you want to see. And then the 4 hour breaks internal highs. Now it's looking for a higher low. followed by continuation back to the top of that range here. The tether dominance, wait for price to push up a little bit further. And if you get rejected here, the end goal is practically coming back towards, like, you know, guys, this range right here. Okay, anything below is a bonus for us right here, right now. Okay, so AFX right now is at that zone. Okay, Tether is right now at this zone. If you start flipping here, we might see that that execution here. Okay, 30-minute coming into play right now. Okay, utilizing that support at the same time. There is an area of demand that can hold and protect us in case. But the only thing that we need to know is the Tether dominance right now needs to get rejected right at this zone here. The way we look at it is by looking at what time it is. Okay, it is 33, so that means that we just have closed a 30-minute candle. Okay, so then I look at the next 30-minute candle, and then I'm looking, okay, where is that 30-minute candle flip? Okay, where do we flip this one bearish? If that's here at 5.68%, then AFX, our first entry at least, could be filled here. And we could be entering a position. If you get stopped out, I'm going to do it one more time at or the value area high or the point of control for a next leg up. And then I want to see at least a 2-to-1, of course, to break even and to make some money on everything above that. And that's the way we manage our risk and we look at our setups. Sometimes we win to lose. Sometimes we lose to win. You never know. Okay. Or no, so sometimes we win to win. And sometimes we lose to win. Purposefully. Okay. We're getting somewhere. We're getting somewhere. 30-minute flip. Give us that confirmation. Let's set an alert here on the Tether dominance. And then we know it's game time. Beautiful. Mark Dutch is mad love. Thank you, Mark. Shout out to you, my man. It's a pleasure to have you here, my friend. Shout out to you, man. Mark Dutch, Netherlands. Nice. Gezellig. Way wonder. Let's watch APT. There we go. You see that? Strong rejection. Okay. APT. Nice. Yeah, okay, that's why. Okay. 3 daily support. That's the confluence. This is that crucial zone. Okay, that was at 9.071. We came down, of course. We swiped the lows, but we closed above it. That's always the matter. Where do we close the daily candle? That's what matters the most. Higher high, lower low, higher high. Super strong, man. Super strong. This is a 30-minute play. Now there are 2 levels to look at. The fixed is one profile because you're in a range. And there you go. You have the value area high. You have the point of control. These are the 2 levels to look for. The point of control is the area where the most volume has been traded. Next up is a retracement in towards this range and a continuation. 2, the double top if you get now that rejection here. So if you get rejected now, that would be fantastic. Because then it's just targeting the higher levels right there. It's super strong. Super strong. Okay. Do value gaps work in Tether dominance, for example? Yes, absolutely. They do work. No, absolutely. There we go. We're coming close to that flip. That 30-minute flip could be interesting. I want to see that flip right now. That would be absolutely fantastic. In the meantime, guys, while we're waiting here for our AFX setup, our AFX trade here, make sure you smash up that like button here. Okay, we are a new channel. We have a massive community already, but you are one of the first to be here. So, you know, that's amazing. Let's build that connection. Let's truly build that consistency, and let's be here on a day-to-day basis. And then you know, we are gonna win. Okay, we are gonna win. That's just the way it is here. Been trading too long to not know what I'm talking about right now. While I'm still learning, okay? And I'm always trying to improve, and I'm learning on a day-to-day basis, every single day, again and again and again. There is not a single day in the last years I have been not looking at a chart. on a holiday, while traveling, whatever, you name it. we will see here. Just another guy says, oh yeah, okay, we are ready. Can Bitcoin fall to zero? Anything can happen, man. I highly doubt it. Anything can happen. Boom, look at that flip. Look at that flip, look at AVAX. Okay? Flip AVAX, boom. That's an entry, that's just an example here. Man, this is a perfect example, okay? So, AVAX came into that zone. 30-minute closure for the tether downs. We came up first and we're now flipping bearish here. We need to start pushing below that wick, okay? So below that wick is important. If you push below that wick, you're gonna see most likely that continuation here. And that means that if that happens, the tether downs will come down and AVAX will start pushing to the upside here, okay? What was the most recent trade on the channel? I mean, yesterday we had today we had a trade on AVAX. You have to look into the YouTube section here. So we had, oh, this was the day before. Look at the 2 streams before here. You will see all the setups that we have taken. It's not just one trade. It's a bunch of trades that we're looking for. From yesterday's stream before the crash, the flash crash that we were waiting for. We had Dogecoin. We had Solana. We had Bonk. We got stopped out on Kaspa. We broke even on Rose. And we had one more. Ordi. Yeah, Ordi. I don't know why I didn't screenshot it. Ordi is there as well. So yeah, we took profits on all of these. We got stopped out on Kaspa right here. So and then after that we saw the crash happening. So that was yesterday. Now today we are looking at we had a minor AVAX trade. Okay, we're still waiting for the volume to kick in here, and now it's time to look for the next legs here. Okay. I'm gonna go to low tower frame. This is actually fantastic. So wait for that reaction. All right, keep a close eye on AVAX. This could be the moment here. Okay. People is on its own path, 38% today. Yeah, people, man. Wow, I heard about people as well. This was a signals given in the Discord. Where is that signal, by the way? Let's look at it real quick. So we can look at the exact level. It's important for the analysis right now. Where is it? Where is it? Short link. That was the one. There we go. People. Long people. Risky calls, so beware of the risk. Beware of the potential RR. Don't invest too much. That was at 22.35. Okay. 22.35. And man, I don't know how big that trade got, but okay, 22.35. That what matters. That what matters the most. Let's quickly look at that one. Yeah. $22.35. Yeah, that's the bottom. That's
who's gonna carry the votes and the laws?
That's what I'm talking about. That's the bottom of the bottom, okay? And the stop loss was below the bottom of the bottom. That never came down. So, one more time here. This was the one we're looking for. Okay. Quickly. There we go. Oh no, wait. We need to see where it was. Okay, 2349 was the initial entry here. No, 2248 and 1897. Let's see where that one brought us. Yeah, it's just literally there. Yeah, that's a 23 R right now. Obviously, you take profits along the way. You know, there is no way just gonna let this run. But this will not end up being 23% on your money if you take a 1% risk. You know, I know people that take 5% risk made a ton of money. Then you you know, practically double your account here. But overall, this is just incredible, bro. I do not think we're gonna come down all the way here. I think that this is still this could lead into further continuation. Why? Because this was a lower low right here, lower low, higher high, right? So break, lower low, higher low, formation, continuation. Now you have a big range that can support you as well here, aligning perfectly. So your stop loss, in my opinion, should be below, if you're in right now, the point of control, which is at 23.6. So if you're in here and you took this signal from the free signal channel that we have here in our Discord, click the link in the Discord if you want to join. Then you can put your stop loss right now at 2.3. Sorry, so 0.0236. Okay. That's it. J-Paul says, why are you giving me time out? Well, number one, we are looking at crypto here, not at gold. At the same time, you're spamming it 5 times. So, you know, if you don't have to spam to get an answer here, my friend. Absolutely, absolutely not. And that's what I'm talking about, ladies and gentlemen. That's what I'm talking about right here, right now. Live. Look at the Tether dominance flipping bearish. It broke that line. It eventually came down. AVX started to shoot up right here. That's that negative correlation. The 30-minute is important. The closures are important. Okay. I took the AVX trade. Derek. Love it, my friend here. Press a W in the chat here for Derek. Okay. That's what it is here. Beautiful. Yeah, this could lead into continuation fantastically. You know, this was that low. This is the resistance right here. You flip it bearish, you come up here. Fantastic. That's what you want to see. Okay, let's do a couple more charts here, guys. We have history 4. Also have 1.5 hours here. Okay, let's see what we have. Let's see what we have here. Do we have Cyberlink and CHS? Let's look at CHS. We haven't looked at this one for a while here. Is this Chili's? I think so. I think so. I own a bunch of Chili's in the last run, by the way. We had like some really, I think we owned a bunch of it. We did own a bunch of it. They had something with their football, if I'm correct. I don't know. I don't remember it anymore. Sometimes I invest in things that were just working fantastically on a technical, from a technical standpoint. But there was something about. It's crazy. It's a long time ago. Let's go real quick and see. 635 minutes. Yeah. Okay. Fantastic. What happened to Chili's, man? It's been a while. What happened to you, my friend? The Web3 infrastructure for sports. Yeah, of course. Something like that. Okay. Okay. Overall, the chart itself looks right now. Mwah. I mean, yeah, it's okay, but it's not. No, it's not fantastic. Why? Can somebody help me in the chat here? That would be absolutely amazing. 1, 2, right? Weekly resistance right now. All right, so flip that into weekly resistance. People tend to not look on a weekly time frame, so they miss out. They truly miss out, okay? Because if you utilize weekly levels, you are ahead of the curve here, because a lot of people are so focused on the lower time frame that they then forget about weekly key levels that you should not ignore, okay? And this is the reason why. So Daily came down, rejected. And that's just not looking good. This is just a double top formation. You break down. Yes, you swipe to lows. You might be pushing up here. But again, the midterm could still lead into further downside before thinking about an upwards move again. Okay. So if you're an investor, definitely not now. Definitely wait later. No FOMO needed. Okay. You rather invest here than you invest there. And the reason why is because your money is rolling faster. If your money is rolling faster, you can sell, take profits, and invest in another project that just broke out and compounds right here, right now. So better to buy above weekly levels that are key than below weekly levels. Unless, of course, you're buying here. That's a different story. Okay. So that's nothing for now. At least here. Okay. AVAX pushing. All right. That's what I wanted to show you here. You come down. You push up, you come down. What's the lesson here? The lesson is that we simply wait for, number one, that correlation, okay? So number one is you come up, the Tether Dominance was closing below. We had the 4-hour candle closure below right here, okay? That's one layer. Then the next candle, of course, starts usually becoming bullish on the 4-hour. You go to the lower time frame and you see that the 30-minute open bullish started flipping bearish. That might be an indicator that you already start shifting down and that the Tether Dominance is just simply much too weak due to the fact that it closed below that major support. We felt we broke below it, we closed at 4-hour candle. So that's bearish. There's a massive gap below. More downside leads to more upside for crypto. Now combine the retracement then with a retracement, a pullback for AVAX, right? And the pullback was towards that area of demand, support here, okay? So you expanded, you pulled back, you came into this area of demand. At the same time, that area of demand also had an area of support. Multiple confluences coming together here, okay? And then, of course, also, if you really want to be cool here, okay? You also look at the 618 retracement, all right? That's the combination. And then you saw it, turning, and you saw it flipping, and you saw then the 30-minute candle flipping right here. The moment it flipped, you're like, hey, now is the time that the Tether Dominance might be pushing further down. It's too weak. And if that happens, voila, you have your entry, you have your stop loss, and you can take this to the next level. At some point right now, if you start closing here, you can already push stop loss and break even, right? So that's where the confirmation lays, which is right above here, because this is the internal high that created this low. You close above it. That could lead into continuation here, okay? All right. That's it. Gonna love watching happen in live. Fan tokens indeed. Is SAI a short on the cards? Let's see. Do we have a couple more guys? We need a couple more setups to look at. Okay. Just to clarify here. One of them I had in mind was Polkadot. We haven't looked at Polkadot for a while. So that right here is holding up. Okay, this is good. This is good. Okay, so Polkadot, the first thing I see right now, number one is, okay, we broke above it. We came down, we retested it twice. Now you need to see that bullish flip here. So there are two ways of entering. The one way was the way we traded, for example, AVAX here. You take an entry on AVAX. The other way is that flip here, okay? And putting your stop loss below that flip. And then look for that continuation towards the upside here. So we're going to set our alert at that flip. And if you flip bullish, you have a stop loss below, which is below support, okay? Right here, we have that support here, we have that support here, we have that resistance there, we broke above, we turn it now back into support. That flip entry, stop loss below, target number one obviously is going to be right around here, 8132, and the second one of course is up there. You know, that is a nice combination here. So That's the entry for Polkadot right now, especially if the Tether Dominance decides to continue its momentum to the downside. That's what you want to see. Fantastic. Like we're seeing right now happening with AVAX, for example, you want to see the Tether Dominance now pushing further towards the downside right now. That's up to you to decide if you want to put your stop loss on break even. You can also just leave it running for now. The Tether Dominance is still not looking that strong. Okay, so this is definitely one for the books. Polkadot right here. In case we flip this, the entry could be there, stop loss below. That's the candle flip formation entry based upon the confirmations. Okay. Yeah, we're going to add this one to the list. There we go. Web says, damn, no one's going to help me. Let me see what your question was, my friend. Should I spot trade for this or market trade? Because I'm a total beginner. I have no idea what's going on here. Yeah, I will start posting a video how to trade on BitGet. So if you trade on BitGet, you can use leverage. I highly recommend you to understand what leverage is. That's why I will explain it right here. If you are in our Discord already, bro, then you will be able to get access to a video where I already explain exactly what it is and how it works. Most importantly, you don't have to start trading with leverage. You know what? Leverage doesn't mean, you know, that you should be risking more. The higher the leverage, the more money you're going to make. No, leverage is simply lending money. Okay. So if you have a 1x leverage and you have $100 and you go all in one trade, but you have your stop loss still at 1%, you are going to lose only 1%. Okay. But if you then, let's say, are in profit, you make your trade, you are in profit, and you think, okay, now I need another trade, but I already went full margin. So now I cannot take another trade because, you know, I'm already in it with 1x leverage, full margin with a 1% stop loss, but I'm profit. So what I can do here is I can scale up my leverage. All right, I scale up my leverage. My stop loss is the same. It's on break even. I will then make more margin available to look for another position. And I do the same thing. So it's not that more leverage means more money. It's just that you can start trading with more opportunities. Okay, so you start at low leverage, you scale up to higher leverage when you need it, and that's when you take another trade. But anyways, I will actually make a video for it, my man. I think this will help you over time here. Bart Simpson says, Store J. Did I set the alert here? Yes, I did. Yeah, let's do 2 more. Bitcoin overall holding up nicely so far. Nothing really to see here. Liquidation, just to clarify as well, we need to sometimes, you know, in the meantime, really quickly see what's going on. The new bit of liquidity is getting built obviously below here. It's nothing too crazy yet. Okay. Yeah, storage. Okay. Yeah, same thing. That was the weekly. We knew this before. However, we have been coming down significantly already. We have been filling up that gap as well now. We came back to the 70.5, 79%. This is the zone. Yeah, it's right there. So, okay, lower time frame. Low, low, higher, high, higher, high, higher, low, higher, high, higher, low. Liquidity building, breakout. This is still good. It's still okay. So, yeah, I still want to see the breakout right now. Just very simple. There's enough. There is enough room. Let's break a buffer, close a buffer. Next candle we flip it, daily, hourly flip, continuation. If we are still looking at the same thing right here, we're gonna see how this plays out here. This could be once again the same thing as we talked about with Polkadot right here. Okay, so dot, they hourly candle flip after closure above, and then stop loss below. and then looking for that continuation. So that could happen with that one. We can also add rows to the list. We talked about this previously. And store as well. Okay, perfect. I'm gonna leave it with that for now here. Okay. Wayone says, let's watch ends also, please. Okay, one more. Let's do that. So many trade opportunities right now, actually. This is a bounce right here, level right here. This is probably gonna reflect towards the zone. The daily. Yeah, on the daily. 4 hour reaction. Closed above it, now bouncing off of it. 1 hour. No confirmation. 15-minute higher high. Higher high. Bounce. Building a lot of liquidity to the upside. Your break above here. Maybe you want to swipe the lows, come up from there. Lower time frame setup here. Entry there. Stop loss below. Target. I need to look on the 5-minute here. There is a gap on the 5-minute here. So target the gap on the 5-minute. Right here in between. That's sitting around there at 15.131. So something like that. I like the way the volume is coming down. So that means that sooner or later, you're going to see some sort of breakout happening here. And it comes very close. You have that higher high already. You're now looking for that higher low. And then looking for that continuation right here. Okay. Let's see how this one plays out. I'm going to add this one to the list. Thank you for sharing. And then, okay, the last one is Solana. We already had Solana, correct? Talked about Solana already. Solana is starting to push us back towards support as well. Still above support. Okay. That's one. That's two. AVAX looking much better, right, guys? Much better. Okay. The reason why is the following reason. AVAX had that super clean. Okay. And this is maybe a good lesson as well here. AVAX has that super clean range, right? There is not much happening around here. Like we said with Solana, there is more happening. We said that before. Okay. You see right now that this was the low. We took it out. We started to consolidate. We started to compress. We broke out here. We came up. We flipped it into support. That was the moment when the Tether dominance turned around. And now you see that AVAX is pushing here. Okay. So now it's definitely the moment to pre stop loss or break even. Okay. You should be up roughly around 1.5%. This is definitely something to look for. Okay. That's it for the session. Once again here, 1 hour and 40 minutes. Beautifully. We're going to be back tomorrow regardless right now. I truly appreciate the support. And this is the way we're going to do it here. Sometimes the markets are a little bit difficult. Sometimes it's super easy. For example, if you're in a consolidation range, it's very easy to trade. As traders right here. This is a little bit more exciting. A little bit more confirmation we need to look for. But again, I hope you understand that the invalidations is what matters. So what invalidates my bias? That's always something that you should have in mind. What would invalidate my bias? Take this to tomorrow and let's see what we can do by then. All right. Thank you guys so much here. Really enjoyed it. One more time here. If you want to join our Discord, click on the link in our description right now. Get into our Discord right here. Regardless, I'm going to keep you guys updated about everything we discussed just now in this stream, like I've done yesterday and the day before, with all the updates necessary. At the same time, you have to join us. And keep in mind, it takes you a couple minutes to sign up with your BitGet link right here. Deposit your money, get $8,000 deposit bonus with my exclusive link, and get then free access to our top crypto signals, which last one was which people are using and doing. All right. Keep it up, guys. Thank you so much. Make sure you smash up that like button right here. You guys are the best. And I'm looking forward to see you tomorrow. Once again. 10 a.m. EST. We're going to be there again. Make some money. Keep you updated in Discord. Let's have some fun. Thank you for being part of our journey. You're one of the first. It's going to be a ride. It's going to be a fun ride this year. Trust me. It's going to be amazing. Okay? See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.